What's going on, YouTube? This is the No Level Cap podcast, and on this week's episode, we'll be ranking the Shonen anime from 2020s.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the No Level Cap podcast with all your friendly neighborhood black nerds, where we cover all the anime, all the gaming, all the nerd culture, absolutely zero of the BS, back with a new episode every Monday morning. I am your host, Sage Ashford. These are my co-hosts, Devin Butts, Terrence Flowers, Rakeem Beck, Will Coleman. This week, like Devin said, we are diving into all the shonen anime of the 2020s and tossing them onto a tier list. The 2020s has had a boatload of great shonen. I do want to clarify before we get into like actually ranking things. If the anime started in the 2020s or the anime had the majority of its run in the 2020s, it qualifies. So My Hero started in 2016, but the majority of its run was in the 2020s, and it like just finished, so it's here. Same with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer started in 2019. And then, like, it's still, first off, it's still going. So it's very much like a 2020s anime. So don't bullshit me. You know what it is. This is how it's going to work. If one of us has seen it, we're going to trust what that person says about where it ranks. If y'all think it ranked too low, I mean, don't get on all of us. Just bust that one person ass. If nobody's seen it, I mean, it just goes into haven't seen. I mean, fuck you want from us. And if multiple of us have seen it, that's when we get into the discussion about whether or not it should be low, higher, lower, whatever. So let's get started. The first up is A Couple of Cukoos. Has anyone seen this?
I've seen a few episodes, but it's not a series that I've finished. It actually
how much?
I think it just started its second season this year or like late last year, I think. You asked how much of it have I seen?
Yeah.
Let's say 3 or 4 episodes.
That's enough. I mean, yeah. This is damn, the first season was long as hell.
Was it 24?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's 24.
Oh, dang, it actually.
And season 2, I think, just aired. So this is we putting a lot on you to start out. Put a lot of pressure on you, but you got it. You can handle it. Where would you put it?
I mean, it's one of those shows where it's nothing groundbreaking, anything like that. For those that don't know, it is very much a rom-com. I don't think it's a harem. If I remember correctly. I don't know if like there are multiple girls that fall in love with the guy. I think there is. Maybe it is a harem.
It's a harem.
It is a harem. Okay, all right.
I had to pull it up just to see what Wikipedia said about like length and all that. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those where it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing like special. Like if you like those type of shows, you're gonna like those type of shows, but it's nothing more than probably a C tier.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm being realistic, like, I mean, that doesn't make it bad. It's just, it's not going to rise to the occasion of being like the best of his genre in any way.
Right. I mean,
that's fair.
That's a hard, you asking a lot of some shows to be like, especially like a genre like that. A lot of times it ain't all of that. So.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. I don't know if it is on this list, but something like Quintessential Quintuplets would, without question, be much better than this show. So that should give you a level indicator, at least in my opinion.
I do believe I have. Yes, it's on here.
Okay, all right. Well, when we get to it,
further down,
we'll discuss it then.
So next up, Akane-banashi. This is a newer anime. It's hard to put this really high. Like it's only one episode. Has anybody seen the first episode?
Not yet.
No, I have not seen this one.
I've heard some. I heard Gigak or Garnt. He was talking about it, saying that it's one of the ones that people should keep their eye out for this season. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I have seen. I saw part of it. The first episode. I gotta finish. I gotta go back and finish it. I liked what I saw. I've read the manga, which helps me feel a little more confident in saying this is probably gonna I'm gonna put it under haven't seen, but only because it's at episode 1, and this is the complexity of tier list.
Really go on.
That there's not enough to go on yet, and so it's not fair to be like, oh well, reading the manga's like an S tier manga. Like, okay, yeah, but what if the anime adaptation is ass? Like, we don't know. And the first episode, it was solid what I saw, but that's still like it could fall off at any moment. So for now, we're going to put this under haven't seen. Not because we haven't seen, but just because the tier list, obviously we can't add a billion different tiers, so like we'll just say it's too early to tell.
Also, I think something we should just go ahead and clarify. Shonen is a demographic. That doesn't mean that a show that's like a harem romance or something that is along the lines of the anime we just talked about can't be put on this list. Like, I just want to make that clear immediately because I know somebody might think they're like, wait, these aren't shonen shows.
I just want to say that Terrence is a very nice man, because if you came in my comments and you didn't understand what the shonen demographic was, I was not going to be nice to you. I was going to call you fucking stupid. I just want to let you know, if you come in my comments talking about some damn, this ain't got hands and shonen has hands, shut the fuck up. You're not qualified for these conversations, right? So Terrence is a nice guy. I'm not nice like that. Just letting y'all know. Next up, this is what everybody, call a GOAT. This one's a little, it's weird, but I mean, like the final season ran for half the 2020, so I felt like it was fair to put Attack on Titan in this bitch.
It didn't need to.
It didn't. It did not need to, but they ran that. It was like, at first I was like, I'm not gonna put it here. But then as I kept going through the seasons, it was like final season part 2. I said, oh, okay. And then like I think it was 2023, so it was like final season part 3. I'm like, all right, man. All right, y'all got it. Y'all got it. I'm gonna just add the bitch. So Attack on Titan, where would y'all put it?
Okay.
I mean, this is one of those where
I want to say.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to say. At a certain point, I would have said S like throughout the show, but maybe A, because I do think like the ending was a little
That is the thing.
Interesting.
That is the thing. For some people, they're okay with the ending. Other people are not, and I think that kind of determines where it falls in terms of S or A. I think if you're okay with the ending, it's an S, but if you're kind of like the ending could have been better, it's probably upper A.
It's probably
I mean, maybe
that's
A for Attack on Titan. So.
It's probably at the top. It's probably.
I mean, I was one of the people who didn't mind the ending because I thought it was kind of cathartic at the very end, especially like the aftermath with the tree growing back up and the thing starting all over again. That was kind of a cool twist.
Right.
Oh, sorry for spoilers, by the way.
I mean, hey,
at this point, I wouldn't be mad at S.
Yeah, I have to say, like watching AOT. Because at first I wasn't super interested in, because I'm not like super into, at least I wasn't at that time. I think I am more now. Hyper violent shonen, bloody kind of horror. It's kind of lean more horror in the very early stages. But as the story unveiled itself and it showed that it had way more layers on political commentary, how we treat each other as a society, how the society a kid who had innocence into a monster by the end. Like that was a full transformation the main character went through. The development of the characters, the inner turmoil, not only between the main characters and the outward society, but even their own inward society had strife, and how they had to basically overthrow the government and reinstall a new king and go out to the sea, and how they became rebels. Like, that story had so much impact on me because there was just so many layers and so many things you didn't understand. And if you watch AOT now, every person you introduce to it who really gets into it, they all love it because you don't see the twist coming. The way they do the twist is just so well executed. So for me personally, it's S, just because the execution was just so unique and interesting. And I will say it does at the very end, it does kind of like, all right, this is where we went with this. But the overall package, I would say, is fantastic. And I think it's one of the most unique anime you'll ever watch, because not a lot of anime has a lot to say, but this had a lot to say and even more to say. Like it's told a lot of different types of commentary over the course of each and every season.
Yep. So that's one S. Terrence, what was yours?
I think I'd go ahead and put up in S, because I mean, Attack on Titan popularity wise, it's still by many considered like the Game of Thrones of anime. It took a while for us to get that second season and then get the subsequent seasons and everything, but I think it's one of those where it never lost engagement. People, however you feel about the ending, I still think it's one of those shows that's going to stand the test of time. So I would give it an S.
Yeah.
And depending on, what other stuff falls into S, you could rank it accordingly, whatever. But I think it is worthy of the S.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
2
S, about
S's.
right.
And I mean, like, even Devin was basically saying if not for the ending, he would have put it at S. So that's really 3 S's.
Right.
Yeah.
Will, did you have a dissenting opinion that you were going to put it much lower?
Actually, kind of, I didn't know because I stuck that show out from release to the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can imagine going on that 10-year journey. So
Man,
yeah,
now
like
if you want Doc to the point, release schedule was ass.
That's really the
Really,
biggest
really
part
the
about
main
it.
you
thing
would die.
was that wait between the first and the second season, and the fact
Yeah.
that they were doing all this other marketing stuff in between, but just not giving us the actual season. It was so weird.
Right. it
Well, I
was
mean,
really weird.
Attack on Titan came out at a time period where it really was like most anime was just, hey man, this is really just us advertising you to check out to go buy the manga.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it hit at that cross section of, I mean, a lot of shows just never got past that, but it hit at that cross section of, hey man, you know what? We can keep making money off this if we keep adapting the show. And so that's what they did. And really, it's just Attack on Titan's popularity being what it was that allowed it to get all those extra seasons. A lot of shows never got that. Like, there are so many
very true.
shows that I watched in the 2010s that it's just like, hey, we're gonna give you this 12 or this 24, and bitch, that's it. Go buy the light novel, go buy the manga. Like,
I think also the fact that it was so popular in Japan, in addition to it being popular in the West, is what really helped. Because I mean, they got whole theme parks and everything out there dedicated to Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right, and
Absolutely.
you know the meme
Wonder.
of like all that one section of cosplayers, how we had Sword Art Online pull up all the Kiritos, and then randomly that came out, had all the people in the survey scouts and all that outfits at the cons. Just everybody just dressed up as a whole platoon of them. You just see them out there.
Yeah.
So, and it stuck. So you got to give Attack on Titan its S rank, I guess, for its impact, for what it did, just everything about Attack on Titan. Kind of screams S in its own little way, despite how you
One of
may
the
feel
best
about
openings of all time.
Yeah.
At least
Shout
for
out-
me.
I
shout
really
out,
like
shout
that
out Linked Horizon.
That opening, boy. Whew, that first season.
next up is Ayakashi Triangle, man. Am I the only one that's watched this? Terrence, did you watch this?
I watched the first episode of it, and then like, did they ended up finishing that first season at some point, right?
Yeah, I think they did, but it took a while.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is like the fact that the production schedule was so jacked up for it that I was like, well, this is a show that clearly isn't going to be finished, so why should I finish it?
Oh wow, holy shit. It was a 12 episode show that started in the winter of 2023. Would y'all like to guess when they finished the show?
I'm very scared to guess.
I think
January
2025?
2026.
Nah, it ain't a video game.
I think it took like
was your
maybe
guess,
like
Terrence?
2 more seasons for them to catch up
They finished a 12 episode season in September.
of this year. I mean, well, of last year.
No. I mean, they finished they started in 2023, January 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they just broke the season up across 8 months.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it had
I'm
3
like-
cores of 4 episodes?
To my understanding, what happened was with Japan, because you have the broadcasting schedule, once you get off that schedule, you were screwed. Like there's no easy way to just get back on schedule and deliver those episodes. So they kind of had to wait till another time slot was available, and that's why that they did it the way they did.
They were given a lot of grace too, because the first 4 episodes come out in January, and then the next 2 episodes came out in fucking March. So they skipped a whole month, and it's like, hey man, and then they still weren't done. At which point, I can understand the cable company be like, hey man, we get to you when we get to you, because you're taking too long, you fucking around. And so they finally came back in August and finished up in late September, and it's like, man. And the show wasn't that great to begin with. It's crazy because I'm not mistaken, it's from Kentaro Yabuki, who's known for To Love Ru.
Yeah.
But what he's really known for in like millennial anime fan circles is something else. He's known for Black Cat.
Yeah.
Which is a far better manga than anything he did afterwards. I'm still kind of bummed out we never got an adaptation of that. But this, I mean, Ayakashi Triangle is just like knockoff Ranma 1/2. It ain't that good. It's fine, but that's all I can give it. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock that bitch in to C. Terrence, unless you wanted to rank it any higher.
Nah, I think that's appropriate.
All right.
Okay.
Next up is Beastars. Has anyone seen Beastars?
Beastars.
Not every single episode, but I've seen quite. I saw. Actually, I did watch all of season 3 because I marathoned that with some friends. Like, I hadn't even watched like season 2. I just jumped right into season 3, and I was actually very entertained. I was very entertained with it. It recently ended, didn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because now they let you know they instead of it just being like season 4, they be like final season. So they let you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember seeing Beastars final season somewhere. So yeah.
Final season get more ratings because it's the last season. So
that's the last one.
Yeah.
You gotta catch that last season.
I feel like this one, I don't know. Has anyone else seen it?
I
ain't seen this one.
No.
I didn't have Netflix, so
Beastars, I will say, is one of those that when it had its peak, it really had its peak. Like, I remember that first season, people were really into it. And of course, those that are into like the furry community, they really latched on to it. It got even bigger off of that. And I don't think it really lost steam per se. Of course, it's one of those things where when you have a huge first season, if it takes time to produce subsequent seasons, then interest kind of wanes a little. But each time I never felt like people said it got worse or wasn't worth the wait. I don't know how the final season turned out, but I will say just based on everything that I've seen from it, it's a very good show. I could see it being one of those where if it didn't stick the landing, it could dock at some points, but I don't know, so I can't judge it off that.
Hold on.
Let
me double check something right quick.
Sure.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think the last of the final season is airing right now.
Oh, so is it starting for this season of anime?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's March 7th, 2026, or the last. Oh, it all aired. It was on Netflix, and so they did.
They released it all at once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Part of me wants to slide it potentially in. I could see it being slid into A, but the thing is, since I haven't seen all of it, I can't justify just because I don't know how it ends, and I don't know how everything wraps up. So I could see it being a very strong B.
Okay.
I think that's a safe spot for it right now.
I think that's fair, especially knowing that you haven't finished the show.
Yeah. I just don't want to give it a high rating, and it's like one of those where if I actually had finished it, I'd be like, nah, it ain't worthy of no A. Yeah.
Hold on, I wonder what my anime list put to that for like the last season. 7.8.
I mean, that's pretty high by Mal standards.
My anime list standards. Yeah. Like you can't get higher than like a 9.1 or some shit. So yeah, that's pretty high. Like 7.8 is fairly complimentary. So, but yeah, I think B is fine enough for like where we are and what you've seen of it. So, next up, Blue Box. Has anyone seen Blue Box?
Know of it, haven't seen it.
Yeah, I actually have this show tabbed up to start it because I wanted to see.
All good.
That'll help us in the moment, but I understand. I feel you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Next up is Blue Miburo of the Wolves, I believe it's the full name. Let me not lie to y'all.
It's immediately not one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, it's definitely one that's not.
The Blue Wolves of Mibu. My bad. I'm sorry.
Cool.
It is a cool name. I think this is another like Shinsengumi type ass show.
They love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell from just the look. And then I'm seeing some very familiar names, Hajime Saito, all that. Soji
Oh,
Okita.
okay. I recognize
yeah.
the show. I recognize it, but I didn't watch it, so yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark that under
cool.
haven't seen, but it does seem like it has potential. Next up is Call of the Night. Man, I fucking love Call of the Night so fucking much.
Call of the Night is fun, bro. I like that show.
It's just a fantastically written show. Got the right little mix of like rom-com and like actual deep dives into like what character personalities are like. I love the animation. I love the color palettes that they use, the way that they make nighttime look alluring instead of scary. Like the fact that they, instead of it being always black, everything, it's like these gorgeous purples and golds and man, fuck yeah. I won't quite put it at S because I haven't finished it, but I can't put it any lower than A. I think it's one of the better shonen series.
Have you seen all of season 2?
No, have you?
I haven't. I was just curious how season 2 turned out because I know a lot of people really like season 1. I didn't know if people felt the same way about season 2.
See what the general opinion is of season 2. Season 1 was damn near an 8 on my anime list, and
that says it.
Wow, season 2 is higher. So all right, okay.
So I need to just watch this.
I mean, it's a fun show. It's just like if for anyone that hasn't seen it, it's about this kid that suffers from like insomnia, and also he struggles to fit in like modern society, and so he's like just going around late at night and exploring the city of Japan, exploring parts of Japan, which is like something you could not do in America, but whatever. And then he meets this other like this young girl who's also out at night, only to find out that she's actually a vampire. And once he sees how she lives her life, he's like, oh, I want to be a vampire too. But the gimmick is you can only become a vampire if you have your blood sucked by a vampire and you're in love with that vampire. And so like the whole point of the story is like him trying to learn how to fall in love with this girl. And them going on adventures every night. And they build out, there's like more to it than that. There's like a whole society of vampires that you're gradually introduced to. And then like he has his own cast members that are human. They get to know him and he gets to like reconnect with humanity basically and decide like, okay, well, is this really what I want? Is this not what I want? There's a lot going on. It's very good for a show that, like normally I'm the guy that like watches a lot of like hella heavy action shows, but like I just enjoy chilling out and watching that series. I got to get back to season 2 and finish that up. Next up, was that Chainsaw Man? No, that's not Chainsaw Man.
It's like Darwin something.
Darwin's Game. The Darwin.
Yeah,
game.
That's what it's called.
I thought that was Solo Leveling.
I say that because this is one of those random anime I've actually seen all of it.
It's on Netflix.
Where do you stand on it?
I mean, this is one of those where does it fall? I guess it technically falls under Death Game if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Darwin's Game, probably so.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, because it's been a while since I've seen it. It's
sound like it didn't leave that big of an impression on you.
Well, I'll say this: there are cool aspects of the show, but for one, I don't think it got a second season. It's one of those go read the manga type of anime, where it kind of leads you on. It leaves you interested, but is it something that is the top of its genre, or when you think of anime, this is one of those examples? Nah, not really. I say it's a C tier anime.
Okay.
And like I said, there were some aspects of it that I actually liked. There's like different powers that each of the characters get and how they use those powers. It's unique, but it's nothing that like stands out in any way, honestly. That and the
That's
romance aspect of it, it's one of those where the guy does something that the girl just really latches onto, and she's just like down for him for life kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen that gimmick play out.
Yeah.
Next up, Dr. Stone. Man, you know what? Dr. Stone is quite good. My problem, I I haven't heard any negative things about the manga, about the anime. I've read more of the manga than I have seen of the anime. I basically got through the first 2 seasons of the anime and never really went back because I read so much of the manga. And I always been meaning to go back and see more of it, but like I like the manga well enough, and seeing the anime be a solid enough adaptation that I'm like, okay, this plays out. I like how this plays out. I would put it at A. Does anybody else seen it and have like a contrasting opinion?
Only the first season, and I was actually very positive on the show, so I don't have a contrasting opinion in that regard.
I think I would put it at A as well. Funny enough, the final season is going on right now, correct?
Right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't know how it's going to stick the landing, but yeah, I'd put it up there at A. I think that it is one of the better shonen of this decade.
This one I'll let people judge me on. I could have caught up on Dr. Stone, but instead I made the choice to try to catch up on a bunch of other anime. I'm trying to catch up on Tensura, reincarnated as a slime. I'm trying to catch up on Iruma-Kun and Most Heretical Last Boss, Queen. Yeah, that one. And so like those are arguably, some of those aren't as good as, well, not even arguably, some of those aren't as good as Dr. Stone. One of them is, and we'll get into that later. But I would still put this at A. It's very good. It's not quite transcendent, but it's very good. So I don't know anybody else that watched this one, but I know that Rakeem watched all of it. So Rakeem, this is your time to shine. Tell us about Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai.
I'll take it from here. I love this show. I watched every episode. I might watch every episode again. It's 100 episodes though, so it's quite a watch. This show made me feel like a little kid again when I watched it. It is very much of its time. The manga, I think, came out in like the late 80s, and the anime ran the early 90s, like 80s. It's old school in that regard. It still has that charm to it. It has the Dragon Quest motif, so it has that charm. On top of that, it feels kind of like Akira Toriyama's hands a little bit on it, as far as like the style and a lot of elements of it. Actually, I just really love the pacing of the show, the action scenes, how the storytelling, just how they told stories back then was just different. And it's something you don't understand if you're younger, but if you watch older anime, you can tell like, oh man, they don't really write the same way now. A lot of stuff now, a lot of it's very formulaic. I mean, Shonen is formulaic too, but this is like so early, it's damn near foundational. So it's kind of laying some of the foundational stuff for Shonen. But just a lot of stuff. The characters are really good, are pretty good. Most characters get their time to shine. This is a very much defeat meets friendship show. So some of the cool villains later become integral parts of the team. Everything about the show was very heartwarming. But I will say it's so old school that it's not going to be like genre breaking. It's more like laying foundation. So almost a little bit defining in that era, like the era of Dragon Ball Z and those late 80s shonen. So I would say, my personal opinion, I love this so much I give it an A. But I can see it being like a B for most people because it is a very simple, straightforward story. Has a lot of nice twists and turns. But I love this show. So personally, I'll make it an A.
What if we put it at low A? How would that make you feel?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think A is fine with this show.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually surprised me how good it was.
Yeah, that show was fire.
Next up, Eren the Southpaw. Did anybody watch Eren the Southpaw?
I was gonna say that literally just started, right?
That just started, right?
So
okay. No, I haven't seen it.
That's too early to tell there.
Okay, that's fair.
You're up.
I am a Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. This is another one where I've read more of the manga than I have seen of the anime. I've seen like half the anime. I'm still hoping that they go ahead and do another season. I heard something about a 20th anniversary anime project for Fairy Tail, and I was like, bitch, just continue the sequel.
Finish this, yeah.
Yeah, just finish the sequel. Like it never went off. Like there ain't no sense in no anniversary project. The motherfucker never went off. I like Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. I actually might like it a little bit better than Fairy Tail the OG. I feel like of course, Fairy Tail has always had its fan servicey elements that are a little over the top and make it hard to recommend to a brand new anime fan or any fan that just can't, like, they see fan service and their brain breaks immediately. I understand. But if you can get past that, it is one of the better defeat meets friendship. Friendship is magic type ass shows. A lot of character development goes to every character. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest is probably better at character development than any other prior show. You get to see some of the characters get married. Other characters learn how to get over certain like issues that they've long had. They learn how to like, okay, I'm either for or against this certain thing. Like I know there's like a particular moment with Laxus, one of the main characters, one of the main villains early on, he's like done a complete 180. He's a completely different person. It's cool to see stuff like that. For the show itself, I'm gonna say B, low B. Like I've always been pretty fair about Fairy Tail. I enjoy it for what it is, but I've never pretended like it's some type of high art. It's just a solid show. You have a lot of fun watching the action. Somehow Natsu manages to beat characters that are way more powerful than him, and still by the end of the arc not be any stronger. I don't know how they pull it off every arc. It's like, man, this dude, he still can't beat all the other people that be whooping his ass, but he just beat a villain that can whoop all the people that be whooping his ass. I don't get it. But I mean, hey, it's just a fun little show. It's a cool way to spend. It's a decent way to waste, 22 minutes, better than being on Twitter.
I
Go
did
ahead,
watch this. I watched a good part of the 100 Years War too, and I fell off of it. But I will say, like the early parts, I was like, man, it's not grabbing me like when I first watched Fairy Tail. But it did get better. It felt like it got better over time. I think it just took a little time for the story to kind of come together and some of the overarching story elements to get together there. So I kind of want to go back to it. I think a B is fair. I think that's about how I felt when I watched it.
Next up is all of y'all, I believe, because I believe just about all of y'all watch Gachiakuta. So,
yeah, Gachiakuta, man.
Gachiakuta.
Where would y'all put it?
So when I watch,
go ahead.
Yeah. So when I watched is it Gachiakuta or Gachiakuta?
I got you. I mean,
Okay.
it's Gachiakuta, but I mean, either way, whatever.
Okay.
It's like
well,
Akuma versus Akuma.
I got you. When I first watched it, like the first episodes, I remember like there was some like hard to watch scenes at first, and it grew on me over time because I mean the motif of the different, like their themes are really spot on. They ain't trying to like blow you out of the way with their commentary. Hey, we got one society of people who treat another society, a lot of people literally like trash. It's just dynamics between different like nobility and cleanliness and dirt and all that stuff. They're pretty straightforward. The show is got some cool elements to it. Like the power system I thought was really creative. I liked it. Like, we're all black here, so the use of black characters in the show is really well done, which you don't see a whole lot in anime. I gotta give it props for that. The action scenes are great. Especially when the team comes together, because I didn't know how I was gonna go with the protagonist. He was kind of a little edgy because he did get thrown down into a trash bin, so I understand why he was mad. Don't get me wrong. But like when he finds his team and he has his like training arc and they go on their missions and stuff, but like, man, this world is kind of unique. Like they got to wear the mask when they're outside and they fight the trash demons, and there's like it almost feels like Mad Max a little bit sometimes when you see like the people on the other side who are like do whatever they can to survive because they're treated like trash, so they act like trash. Like they like you remember the protagonist when he gets thrown down the first time, people are trying to sell him, like sell him off for parts to make money, man. It was crazy. But I really enjoyed this show. Like it definitely got better episode to episode, getting to learn the characters, learn what their little quirks were, the motifs, their powers. I really enjoyed it. I don't know yet if I feel like it's like, because I mean, we just had the first season. I still want to see more from it. Because I definitely give it at least a B. It's not below a B.
Yeah, I agree.
But I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. So
I can agree with that.
I could see like a high like B or high B. I want to see what you guys' thoughts were.
I think like high B, low A is about where it should be right now. Because I mean, yeah, it is just getting started, so we'll see where things go. But just as it is right now, I think that's an appropriate score.
Yeah.
I don't know where
it did have a weird moment, I will say, with one of them episodes. I didn't really see much conversation about that episode. I don't know how maybe people just kind of flew over it, but yeah, it's a good show. I think I think personally, me right now, I would say an A. I mean, our style is really good, unique. The characters are cool. The abilities have some pretty good fight scenes so far. Yeah, I think I would say A. I really
I
like
think
the
they
show.
would bust our ass if we did anything lower than A. So yeah,
I think a low A is totally fine because I
Yeah,
will
it's
say
fine.
I think that this will be one of the shonen anime that'll stand out this decade.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think that
definitely,
alone makes it
Stand
worthy of
out
A
is
status.
is
Yeah.
an understatement. It's
Yeah.
gonna stand out.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna stand out.
100%. So next up is girlfriend.
Have you seen this, Will?
Take it away, boys.
I skipped that one.
I guess I stand alone on this one.
Yeah, I
stand alone.
I'm sorry.
What's up, man?
I'm gonna be real. This is one of those where it falls into the same lines as what the show that I mentioned earlier. Oh, A Couple of Cukoos. Except this one, this is the difference between a really good like a rom-com that's like, yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, it gives you a chuckle every now and then, but it doesn't like do anything spectacular in that regard. This is one of those where it's a harem and it's unabashedly a harem, but it's actually funny, and so the harem aspects of it doesn't like drag it down in a way that you think it would. It's a really funny show. Like it's like a lot of like slapstick comedy, like very like fast paced kind of comedy. Each of the girls has their own personality, and this show is interesting in that it is a harem, but not in the way that you would traditionally think. It's almost like they're pretty much doing like polyamory light.
Oh, okay.
Because how it works is the main character, he gets confessed to, if I'm not mistaken, how it works is he gets confessed to by both of the girls in like the same day or like same week. Well, no, one of them confesses to him first and he starts going out with her. And then another girl confesses to him and he's like, oh, you're both so cute. I can't decide. How about I just date both of you? And the whole shtick throughout the show is the girls trying to like, prove that they're the one that he should pick, but the girls then also kind of start to like each other from like a friendship angle. Like they really like start to like how each other is, like their personalities and everything. And so yeah, it is just unique in that it isn't just your traditional harem where all the girls are just falling over this one guy who this guy probably isn't even worthy of that. At least this dude, he's stupid, but he's like funny stupid, and he's endearing in other ways that you could see why they would like him. It's a funny show. I actually quite like this. So I think I'd put it at a low B because I don't think it's on the same level as like Darwin's Game or A Couple of Cukoos. I think it is actually, if you're going to watch a harem and you want something that's funny, I do think that it's one that you should watch. Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Okay. Next up is Go Go Loser Ranger. I feel like, Keem, did you watch some of this?
I intended to, but I only watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I just never went back to it. I did enjoy what I watched, but I don't have enough of an opinion on the full show to really. I mean, I like what I saw. I don't know if it would be like a super high score. I'd probably give it about a B, but I only watched a little bit of it, so my opinion on that one isn't that strong.
I heard good things about it, but yeah, I haven't seen it for myself to give any kind of opinion.
Let's put it at haven't seen.
Okay.
Hell's Paradise.
Oh,
all right, brothers. Y'all all watch this. So y'all let us know.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up.
Yeah, man. I remember when we reviewed the season that it came out, and that was like probably one of the ones I was most interested in. That one in Marshall. That was me and King was watching this in Marshall.
We sure were.
And I'm telling you, man, like this is one of them ones. Like the premise to me was pretty cool. Like it's set up, you got these people, these prisoners, and they got to go to this island to find some elixir. Before they get there, they got to have a death match. It's like, all right, so y'all weaklings, let's figure out who the real ones is. And then when you get to this island, everything just flips on its head. You figure out, okay, there's a lot more going on here that ain't got nothing to do with what y'all said. you find these. It's almost like you go into like a FromSoft island, like what, like these big creatures and stuff. Like you, it's like they went from like playing like a battle royale to a Souls like. They didn't realize it. But yeah, this show, man, it's got some dope fights, some really, it's weird and intriguing. That's, I like anime to do that. Like
It's
with
very weird.
the creatures they run into, this energy is called Tau, and it like can change people. Like they got all these weird, giant, grotesque creatures on this island. People, what do they call having intercourse? And I forgot that term for it, but they got
is it Bodo Jutsu?
Bodo Jutsu.
Bodo Jutsu.
It's like some type of jutsu.
It's a jutsu where they smash. They do yin and yang because the villains in this anime can change genders, and they keep their immortality by like crossing genders and then having sex, and it keeps their yin and yang balance, and they're just immortal. That's how they keep their immortality.
Yep, it's a weird one, but it's got some hands. It's got some really good fight scenes. Gabimaru, he's a pretty interesting protagonist in a way, because like he's dealing with like some memory loss. Like he don't know what's going on, but like this family that sent him to do something, and he started to remember. It's some weird stuff, but this is one of the ones I enjoyed. This one.
I also like the twist of him like appearing like this hard ass at the beginning, and then you learn like he's fighting because he really loves his wife. Like he actually loves his wife, and that's the reason why he's even in all this to begin with. I thought that was really cool.
Another thing about this anime I liked was that in the first season, you have a sense of hopelessness because they don't understand how to fight the monsters. Like they are immortal. Like they can't die, and they're like super powerful. And then once they get their power system, slowly they fight back, and then eventually, I mean, it's season 2. If you watch season 2, things have changed.
Oh yeah,
drastically. It's kind of like a reverse Titan situation where it's like the first season they didn't know how to fight the Titans, but as the seasons go on, it's like, oh, we know how to fight you all now.
It's very much like
things change.
Season 1, real fast. Season 2, got it.
Season 2, they was on their ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I love season 2. By the way, I fucking love Hell's Paradise. I gotta give it an S personally on my.
I say one S.
I'm right there with it.
It's 2 S's. All right, 3 S's. Where Terrence?
Oh, I mean, I go off with whatever Rakeem and Devin say. They're definitely the spokespersons for this show.
Man,
so if they say S, hey, I trust their judgment.
I love that show, bro.
So next up, I believe it's Horimiya.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's sorted like this, but hey, you know, we at where we're at. Terrence, were you the Horimiya guy?
I hadn't finished Horimiya, but I mean, I know how it ends, and I watched the majority of it. It's a very good show. It's one of those, I mean, it's very much like a coming of age high school type of story. What's really cool about it is each of the characters, they get fully fleshed out. It isn't just about the main 2 characters. The main 2 characters who get together, they get together pretty early on in the show. Like it isn't one of those where they prolong it or anything like that. You really get to see them go through out high school up until the very end when when they graduate and things go from there. I think they also had it wasn't like a second season per se, but it was kind of like an aftermath, kind of like a Clannad after story kind of thing. I think they had something like that. What was it, like Horimiya Plus or something like that?
I know what you talk about. I think it was I think it's called Horimiya all the extra pieces or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Where I think it is a continuation, but don't quote me on that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But no, Horimiya is a very good show. I think I'd put it in upper B. Part of me wants to say A, but I think upper B is a good spot for it.
That's cool. Next up, I was surprised that this was a manga and not a light novel first. I didn't put any light novels. It's just all because otherwise we'd be here all day. I just did manga. So I was surprised this was a manga. I'm Standing on 1 Million Lives.
I remember
this. I watched the first 2 seasons of this. Well, I say first 2. There are only 2 seasons. It is an isekai, an edgelord isekai fantasy.
Yeah, that's very much way.
Where like the protagonist is he wakes up in this world where he's they basically give him a task, and they're like, you got this many days to complete this task. And while he's there, he is effectively immortal, but the immortality works in a weird way where, like, hey man, if you're in a position where you can't be brought back to life, I mean, we just won't bring you back to life. And so, like, that means that if you're, for instance, killed and eaten by a monster, well, you're in that monster's guts. We can't reincarnate you like that, so you're just in that monster's guts. That is a thing that happens in the manga. I mean, in the anime. And so, like, there are characters like it's because it's not just him by himself. He's working with a group of people, and sometimes, you know, he's got one or two people down because they got eaten, and they still have to finish the task so that they can go back to the real world. And then while they're in the real world, they just, you know, they get to experience like regular life before they get summoned back. And it's a unique little twist on the isekai formula. Not enough to elevate it into like true greatness, but enough for it to be like, if you're tired of the usual isekai, especially like if you're tired of the I'm overpowered, ain't shit you can do to me, I wave my dick and it ain't nothing you can do, you all fall to your knees and lose. Like, if you tired of that bullshit, I'm Standing on a Million Lives is an anime you can check out, because he has like, and all of them have like basically useless abilities because they don't know how to fight yet. And even as they learn how to fight, it's never a point where they're just overpowered. That you could just tell they've just figured out how to fight and how to use the abilities that they have. And so that makes it compelling, but never enough to like really elevate it into like greatness. Just enough to be like, hey, if you think you've seen too many isekai, check this one out. So
does he fight with a shovel? Isn't that his thing?
You say what?
Doesn't he fight with a shovel? Isn't that his thing?
He fights with a lot of weird weapons. Like, cause another trick to the show is that after every mission, you get to like re-roll and get another class if you want, because like the missions can take so long.
Oh, that's
and so like,
okay,
he keeps getting stupid classes.
Yeah, I
like,
think he was a grave
like
digger at one
class.
point. I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, yeah.
He got like a chef class, and so he had to fight with like knives and all types of chef's weapons and shit like that. Like, I think he fought with a wok at one point. It's like, okay, brother.
Yeah, okay, okay. In my memories, you jog my memory now, because I was remembering he fought with a shovel at one point, and he got like the grave digger class or something, and that's why it happened. Okay, yeah.
Because one of his partners is like a mage, but she can't cast spells for shit, and so like it's supposed to be like a wind blast, but it just feel like a light gust of air. It's like, oh, okay. Or like fire, she can't cast like a real fire spell. They all have to like learn how to do it the right way.
Yeah, they all sucked in their own way.
It's like Konosuba, but not with humor.
Yeah.
It's like Konosuba if it was like, hey man, it's serious now. So yeah, I'm gonna put it at low B. It's fine. I would recommend it if you feel like you just have a lot more shit that you like. If you watch a shit ton of anime and you're like, hey man, I just need something else new to watch, like I would recommend it like that. Jujutsu Kaisen. Where are y'all putting it?
S.
Okay, that's one S.
I was thinking more along the lines of probably high A, but aside from a couple small problems I have with it, such as like them constantly putting Yuji in the trauma headlock, as far as I'm concerned,
he going through a lot of trauma. That's true.
He going through it, but it's definitely a high A show, maybe even low S, truthfully, especially at this current point in time.
Ooh, this new season.
Yeah, because I'm catching up on that right now. Man,
I'll admit the only thing I don't like is sometimes the storytelling in Jujutsu Kaisen is a little weird and in this recent season they made that tournament way more convoluted than it needed to be. Anytime you have to have the narrator explain things while also having text on the screen to explain said things, it's like,
oh yeah. let's go into it
on that. Because that threw me so bad randomly, and I saw the text on the screen, then I heard him talking. I'm like, wait, are you explaining this?
Let's explain it. It's so convoluted. The entire episode is just the exposition about how the tournament works. And the general premise is the game is you got to go into it, and you get points by killing people. And then once you get enough points, you can introduce your own rule into the game itself, basically. And it's like a whole lot of permutations off of that. That's basically how it is. And then like districting and how you get it. A lot of it was over-explained. That whole episode is exposition. Now I was
the hill?
Pretty much.
Kinda. I will say this though. just to talk about the overall show. What I really like about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I watched the first 2 seasons twice. I love how much effort they put into this anime in giving an ode to cinema. There are so many scenes when you watch this anime. Clearly, they were fans of certain movies, directors, the way certain scenes were shot. I remember there's an episode in season 2 where Itadori is fighting his brother. If you guys remember that guy, the bloodbending guy. And they go into that bathroom and they go, and it is the most straight up hands, martial arts, the raid fight you have ever seen in anime. Like they just, hey man, come here. And they just like go, man, that fight was so clean. In season 3, there's a lot of the Maki episode that's just literally just the crazy 88 fight from Kill Bill. Like they scored it the same and everything. There's a shot in one of the late episodes of season 3 where he's talking to a guy and you can tell like they're mimicking like Japanese like film style camera work in the anime for how they shoot the scene when they're talking. I'm like, bro, like they're putting so much effort into making this almost feel cinematic, almost like you're watching a normal television show or a movie. Just so many cool odes and things there. Also, like, of course, the bombasticness of the fights is cool. Itadori as a protagonist, I which will, he does go through a lot. And I do like the fact that in this season, because of what's happened, you know, his body being controlled by Sukuna, so many people getting killed. The theme of this season to me was him like, I have to take responsibility. Even though I wasn't in control, it was my body, so I got to take responsibility for this. I got to go out here and take these curses out and say these people, like, I got to put myself out there. And of course, his friends coming along, like, you ain't got to do this by yourself, bro. I understand you want to do it by yourself. I think there's a very compelling narrative here and great action, which I think a lot of times these animes say are carried by the animation. I don't think so. I think the story being told here is very good. I think some of the characters are really good. The guy with the comedic dude with the half costume, half naked. Oh my God, bro. That dude was so funny. His power of all around comedy. So cool. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, man. I give it an S. I think it's had a great run. I do agree though. There are some weird narrative elements, which I mean, we all heard from the manga. There was weird stuff going with the narrative elements. The episode about exposition, I think that's inexcusable. I can't really defend that. Like it was literally an episode about exposition. They had words everywhere. It was covered. And even they knew like, ooh, it's gonna be hard to explain this. So fuck it. We're gonna make a whole episode just on exposition. But overall package though, I gotta give it to it. It's done a great job. At least so far.
Yeah, where it is now, I think S is a good spot for it. I mean, if anything, it's giving us the new the new peak of white-haired sensei character. Like it was Kakashi. Once Gojo came into play, like everybody kind of forgot about Kakashi, and now he's the new white-haired sensei that everybody holds everybody else up to.
Right.
It's always a white-haired sensei every 6 years.
Next up, Kaiju number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
That's a good one.
This is a great anime.
This anime is great.
I'm not putting it any lower than A. I can say that because it is just.
I wouldn't put it lower than A.
On the same page.
Lower than A.
That show is solid. Like just the fact that they had the balls to pick like an older protagonist, something that most shonen don't do for good reason. Because I mean, shonen is supposed to be aimed at like kids or like 10 to 15. But like still, the fact that they were like, hey man, just to show like. You can reach your dreams at an older age. I think that's important to tell not just people our age, but like kids, like, hey, man, don't stop. Don't give up on your dreams just because you hit a certain age. Like, no, you could keep pushing. It's okay. Like you'll be, as long as you keep at it, that in itself is respectable. And so like, I like that aspect of it. I like the giant monsters, the incredible destruction, chaos, like the fact that it takes, classic kaiju, which is normally like a tokusatsu thing, and just makes it anime and goes like, hey, man, we're going to go balls to the wall action with it and have like humans facing off against kaiju doing the impossible. All that shit is cool as fuck. It is surprisingly well animated, even though at one point people were concerned that when they first saw the character designs, that production IG had dropped the ball. But no, apparently they the designs may not be great, but the animation is still on point. So yeah, I'm going to say A at the minimum. Does it go to S? I'm gonna leave that to y'all.
I think what you mentioned at the first say is probably my favorite part about the show. What's his name? Kafka.
Kafka.
He be
Kafka.
no Kafka.
The fact that when the show first starts off, it's like, you know, he's part of the cleaning force and he's trying to get into the defense force with his longtime childhood friend. And you kind of look at him, it's like he doesn't really stack up to these like the new kids under him. He's like the millennial with these, you know, young whippersnappers under him. But as the show goes on, a lot of them like really highly respect him because of like, he's a good person. He's out there fighting with all his might. You know, he's got this kaiju in him. But I think they even respect him outside of the fact that he has Kaiju No in him, because he's like, I'm putting my life online, especially when they figure out it's like, well, I got to do what I got to do. And then when he learns that, like, okay, I'm turning into the kaiju is like making me permanently go into that, because he sees his hand. It's like, okay, if I keep doing this, I might permanently turn to this kaiju. But there's moments when he steals, like, I'm gonna do this because I gotta save somebody. He out there fighting. Even his friend, she's like even starting to respect him. He's like, okay, I see what you got going on there. He's been doing some trainings. I think that's my favorite part, the fact that he doesn't naturally stack up to these young kids that are like prodigies, and they're just got the most powerful kids we ever seen. They're breaking records, and they still respect him though. I think that's one of my favorite parts of the show. Awesome fight scenes. The last couple episodes was just, the stakes was like high, but the stakes then went up now. Like, stakes is crazy. You know, we just had one of the strongest characters in the show get taken over, so it's like, all right, it's done got real. So I say minimum A. I wouldn't be mad at like a low S, be honest.
Anybody have an argument against it being S? Because I mean, I'm totally fine putting it up there at S.
I don't have a problem with S. When I watch the show,
with that either, bro.
Yeah, I think the themes of the show are very strong. I think the characters are very well done. I love the aspect of, you know, a lot of shows explore what does it mean to be human, and this show explores that too, because he is literally a human who turns into a monster, working for an organization that kills monsters or kaiju in this specific instance. But I also love the fact that he has to wrestle with revealing early on that he is a kaiju to his friends and peers that he gained respect for and like worked together with in the trenches. And the reveal later that they didn't lose respect for him because they knew his character for what he did for them, and they loved him the whole time. That was a really cool twist on that. Like, it could have easily been like, oh, he's a monster, fuck him. But they're like, no, we know, we see his character. We seen what he was like when we were on the field with him, when we talked with him. He seems human to me. And you might not know what a human is, but he seemed human to me. That's because humanity is more than just like what your species is, it's who your character is. I like that. So yeah, I'll definitely give it an S.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a good argument for S for me.
It is.
That's an excellent argument, man.
All right, let's see if we can hit the fast forward on this, because we are like an hour deep. Komi can't communicate. Anybody seen it?
I haven't seen all of it.
I've read it because I got some of the manga, but I hadn't watched it.
Well, you know, I'll let Will speak.
So I know that don't help here, but still.
I know people really like people like the anime for what it is. There's plenty of memes from it. I think it's one of those that could be in like the B category. It wouldn't be C. I think it would be B.
I do know that it's fairly beloved, so
yeah.
I think B is fine. Yeah, let's get it above. Okay. Love After World Domination. I never got around to watching this, even though I intended to.
It's a fun show.
Like 3 episodes. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think of it?
I think I put it in B just because, one, of the concept, and two, I think it's funny enough that it does work. Like, it isn't like the best at what it does, but I think that it is a really unique and funny show. And just the idea of the Red Ranger falling in love with one of the villains and them just making that the entire theme of the show, I think that that's really cool.
Magilumiere. I watched the first half of this show. It's about basically a world where magical girls are. It's just a career. Like, you can just become a magical girl. You can make that part of your career. It's about this young girl who struggles. Like, it's as real as it get. She get out of college, she can't find no damn job. And so she just going around applying all these different places, trying her hardest to get a job, getting turned away. They being like, hey, man, we ain't trying to hit. We don't like it. You've done a perfect interview, but it's a little too perfect, so we ain't fucking with you. Get on. And like, she's struggling to find a job, and she finally manages to get a job. She gets lucky enough to find her way into like a magical girl company, and she decides to become a magical girl, work for them, fight monsters. Very cool, brilliant premise, well done, very well animated. I believe it's getting a season 2, if not later this year.
Didn't this come out last year?
No, I don't think so. Let me double check.
Was it maybe like the year before? Because this sounds familiar. I just haven't seen it.
Fall 2024.
Okay. So it's like one. Okay, all right.
And I think season 2 starts next season in July.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I can't put this any lower than A. A very fun way to play with the magical girl concept. You've got like you really got like magical women because they're all like grown people, and I fuck with it. And like the main, I believe, like, because you have like this like really over the top like protagonist, like you have this like rookie protagonist, and then like an over the top partner that's just like trying to help her fit in, but also like trying to do her job. Very cool. So, if you have the chance, if you like, because I mean it still has plenty of action. If you like the concept of it, I would definitely advise people to check it out. Next up, Mission Yozakura Family. Look, I have not done my due diligence yet and caught up on this show. I do plan on it because it's season 2 just started. Just the fact that there is a season 2, I was like, sure, why not? And then I saw like some time skip shit and the fact that the protagonist, because like it starts out with a protagonist that's in love with this girl. Well, he's not in love. She's in love with him. And like her brother's like, hey man, I don't trust him. I don't trust nobody. You need to stay away from boys. But he's like a spy, and so he's like gonna fucking murder the kid. And the poor kid, he ain't got no family because his parents died in like a car accident or whatever. And so like he's the only way that the rest of her family can think to stop him is like, hey man, you got to get married. You got to marry into this family. That's all, because we not allowed to fight each other. And so he marries into the family. And after that, the older brother's like, all right, well, you married in. That's cool. I'm finna work the dog shit out of you and turn you into like a worthwhile mage and a worthwhile spy and a worthwhile partner for my little sister. And so like the concept was smart. I felt like the early parts of it was kind of boring. I did see someone in the comments of our spring anime video say that the show is peak. So I do plan on going back. I haven't gotten a chance to do so yet. I got 20 episodes to get through before I catch up, so it might be a little bit.
Hopefully, it ain't one of those cases where they everybody likes to toss around peak nowadays. If it is actually peak, it better be peak. It better not be like the peak of like an anthill.
I can 100% guarantee you this shit not gonna be S tier peak, but it might be like top B tier. I think that's where it's gonna wind up landing.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe low A tier at best. But I feel like it's gonna wind up being top B tier.
Hey, there's some B tier anime I like better than some S tier anime. So that's fine.
Yeah,
that is fine.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, there was some of the ones in the B tier category put there. I'm like, man, would they actually be A? But hey,
hey.
I mean, like, if some of this is down to like us not finishing the shows, and so we can't 100% say, because I mean, like,
some of them ain't
Beastars,
finished. Yeah,
some of them are not finished. That's correct. So. Hell, I'm standing on 1,000,000 lives. Ain't gonna get finished. I can tell you that right now. They're not coming back. Ain't gonna be no season 4. If there was a season 3, I wouldn't be shocked, but a season 4, I would be. Moriarty the Patriot is up next.
Oh, I didn't finish this.
Heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Very good.
What I've seen of it, I like a lot.
It's basically like Moriarty doing it's like a dark version of Sherlock. So basically, like he's doing like the Sherlock Holmes investigations, but he does more like I'm gonna give you some real justice.
And there's a very class warfare vibe to it, because it's often like some rich asshole taking advantage of their powers, and Moriarty coming through and helping like somebody get like proper revenge and be like, hey man, sometimes you just you've committed enough of a crime that we gotta get rid of you. You thought you was just gonna step on the poor people, and now we getting stepping on you. So,
from what I watched, it was really good, but I didn't finish it. But I liked it a lot. So I'd say at least probably like a B. It was pretty decent.
With you, I have not seen enough of it to say for sure, but I will say that I feel like it's a solid B, if nothing else.
Thanks for reminding me. Actually, I'm gonna finish that show. That show was good.
That is another one I want to. I hope that they do another season of it. I don't think anybody's seen this next one, but I did want to include some shows. Like, I wanted to include a wide range of shows. This next one is Muhyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. I don't think anybody here seen it.
I haven't.
Muhyo and
I haven't
Roshi.
seen this one.
No, I remember there was a show we
I
called
saw the
Supernatural.
Bureau for Paranormal Investigation.
Yeah.
We ain't seen that.
Yeah,
one, I
but that was
don't
like a Chinese anime, wasn't it?
think. Mhm.
Next up, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Has
Yeah.
anybody beside me seen enough of this or seen any of this?
I haven't
I ain't
watched any of
watched
the
this yet.
Vigilantes, unfortunately, and the main reason is I didn't finish the
I ain't
main
finished My
anime.
Hero.
So,
Well, what helps with Vigilantes is that it very much is a side story. Like it ain't.
yeah,
In fact, I
Um,
think it might be like a prequel. I think it takes place before the main. So if you were curious about checking it out, you can. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this into high B. That's probably where I'm gonna put it because I haven't finished. I watched the first half. I like the fact that it's an older cast, and so they can approach some topics that you couldn't approach when you got a cast full of high school kids. I also like the fact that they're operating outside of the law. I always did like that aspect of Heroes, where it's like, hey man, we're not officially sanctioned. We're just doing the right thing because
That's
it's
a
the
good
right thing to
point.
do.
Mhm.
I
Give me
really love
Kick-Ass
that.
vibes.
yeah, it's very much
I can see that.
It ain't quite Kick-Ass. Well, I didn't
Like
finish
the
Kick-Ass, so let me
costume,
not
like
lie.
the costumes,
costume.
feel
like more like the
makeshift.
vigilante aspect of it,
Right.
not like the comedy aspect of Kick-Ass,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
you know that's commentary in a whole other way.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
That's fair. Next up is Petals of Reincarnation, which I think is new.
That's one of
So
the
we can
ones
put
that
that
we
on
talked
here.
about this season.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah.
haven't watched that day.
yeah, we were all interested though.
Plunderer.
Yeah,
We were. I mean, it did look interesting. Did anybody
I've
see
seen
Plunderer?
some episodes of this, and I'm
Plunderer?
going to be honest. Has anyone
I
else seen
watched-
anything of it?
Nope.
I saw the first 2 episodes of Plunder, and I remember watching it. I was like, this is an interesting concept. That's how I remember.
Talk about
I just remember it being generic. I'll put it that way. Like there are some aspects of it that can be cool, but it's it's C. I'm not even gonna sit here and talk about it. It's a C.
Yeah, let's just get on with it, man.
Yeah.
See,
Hey, look,
Mm.
man.
Oh,
Rama half is tough.
Oh,
Rama half.
yeah.
This remake is very good. Like
Every remake is
really,
fire,
really good.
man.
Which
Yeah.
I'm a half.
3 of the
Yeah, I
S
love
tier
the original.
anime are Mappa. So
Yes.
if we put this up there in S tier, Mappa's got 4 bangers.
Hey, man. When you that guy, you that guy.
Here's where it's going. 'Cause this show
It's
is
going
so
in, bro.
tough, bro.
It's so
Bruh.
good, man.
Bro,
I'm-
y'all saw y'all remember the trailer for the new season? That looked even better. I like, bro, how they make it look better, bro? That's crazy.
It's just a show like this. This is just an example of like when you create a hit, it's a hit in every era, man. Because like
Yep.
this is a remake of an anime from like 1989, 1988, I believe.
Yeah.
Might be 87. But the fact that they've managed to create it again and it still feels just as good. It doesn't feel dated. It doesn't like the rom-com aspect of it still works. The martial arts of it is fantastic. It's
Still
on another
good.
level. Like the fighting is incredible. The comedy, it's one of the funniest shows I've watched in a long time. Every episode got me in tears. Every episode got some of the best hands I've ever seen. Yeah, top tier show. S tier, bro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it
I
is
didn't
one of
realize
the
that.
best
I love
anime
the show.
remakes that has come out, period, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
The show is so good.
Uh-oh. We go from peak to
To valleys.
Rent a girlfriend.
Bruh, this
boy.
show. Lord have mercy.
Look, man, we're not gonna waste a whole bunch of time. Who's seen a lot of this?
I have unfortunately seen a lot of it.
Where we putting it? Like,
We'll
let's
put it
not
in.
waste time
Well, I
talking
mean, we'll
about
put it in
trash.
C, man. We'll put it in C. It's just not. It's not. It is the definition of a car crash you can't help but look away from. Like it is not very good at all. Like the main character, he's garbage, and like all the love interests, they're cool in their own way, but man, it is such a cringe-inducing show.
Oh boy. And then that manga and the artist himself. Oh man.
The fact that
anybody
that
see,
it's still being animated is crazy, and getting new seasons. It's like, man, that speaks volumes.
Hey, man, this is why we don't talk about shows that we hate for the most part. I don't believe in hate watching because that's not how shows that suck get season 5, 6, 7. It's like, bitch, cut that shit off. But y'all, not y'all, but like y'all in like the general y'all want to keep watching shows that y'all know is ass It's like, man, can you believe that they made? Yes, I can believe that it's ass. I can believe that it found new levels of assery to get to. I can always believe that. Why are you watching shit that you know is ass? Cut it off.
That's what I asked myself with Twisted Metal, but I couldn't find the answer. I couldn't find the
let
answer.
that go.
I won't. I'm like this on it. I'm not letting go.
Let
Hey,
it
man.
go.
He's not letting Mango the
In
Iron
that
go.
case, I'm not gonna necessarily let slide, but I'm gonna say that a lot of people like that show. You know, at least they watching it because they like it, not because it's just ass. But
It's not like a Velma, is what you're getting at.
no, it ain't that. Yeah,
Yeah.
which that also failed. Sanda. Who else? I watched the first episode of this, but that's not enough, so I'm gonna put it in.
I didn't watch Sanda.
I watched like the first half of it. I didn't finish the season.
Oh, where would you put it?
It's kind of hard to say because I didn't finish the first season. I don't know ultimately where it goes story wise. Like it has an interesting premise. The idea of this kid being like a descendant of Santa Claus, and there being like a larger lore to Santa Claus, like the clan of Santa or whatever. Yeah, I'd have to watch more of it to see where it goes to really give it a landing. I'm to give it a rating. Excuse me. So yeah, maybe we could just put in haven't seen because it's one of those where even just 6 episodes didn't give me like a solid idea of where I would put it.
That's fair. The case study of Vanitas. I don't think any of us have watched this show.
I know of it, haven't seen any of it.
Same.
I heard good things about it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, you know of me. The next show, what the fuck is this? This has some stupid ass name. I couldn't believe it was a manga. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. Look, bro.
Bruh.
Just go ahead and put it to haven't seen, big dog.
Yeah,
I was finna say make a new rule for that.
Yo,
I had a whole new category.
Somebody comes like, man, that was the best show of that season, man.
Ain't no fucking way. That shit trash.
Oh wait, yeah, I was gonna say you turned C in the trash.
That ain't what I meant. Still though.
arrow below. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Woo! He got his whole category.
Oh no,
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
Get that shit the fuck on, bro. All right, we're gonna move on to the next quintessential quintuplets. Y'all let me know. I believe Terrence, you watched a good bit of this.
I watched this, and I watched the movie that concluded everything. This show is actually surprisingly really good in that, yes, it is a harem, but each of the characters have their own personalities, and you like them in their own way. It's like a wholesome harem. That's the best way I can describe it. The main character, like, he's very smart. And he starts off as this type of guy that wants to pretty much just be by himself, just do everything on his own. He comes from like a poor background, so he knows he has to like grind to get to the place that he wants to be in life. And he ends up tutoring all these girls. Yeah, I quite like it, especially the way that the twist it has at the end that I'm not going to spoil because who he actually ends up with, it's the way that they can make that happen is very interesting. I'll put it that way. If Horimiya is in B, then I'd put it alongside Horimiya. It's a very good show. I'll put it that way. Like if you're looking for like a harem to watch that's an actually good harem, that is one that I'd recommend.
Okay. Gotcha.
Red Ranger in Another World. Boy, this show is a lot of fun. It's such a silly concept. It's like, that's what happens when you like, that's the other side of like isekai being around for so long is that eventually you get people that are just willing to just have fun with the concept and do like dumb shit.
Yeah.
And it is exactly what it sounds like. A Red Ranger of a Sentai team. He's on his last mission. He beats the final boss of his season and then gets transported into another fantasy world, but he gets to keep his powers. And so he's like running into he's like trying to do adventurer missions and shit. And like the shit gets serious. He like, bet I got to answer to this. And he summoned this giant fucking robot. And you get to see how ridiculous, like, hey man, the giant robot, the reason why you only use the giant robot against other giant robots, you get to see it's like, hey man, this shit unpractical in a lot of situations. Like sometimes you just gotta use hands and figure it out. A lot of fun. I hope that they do a season 2, just because I had such a great time with it. They have it's a loving parody or a loving send up to Tokusatsu in general, not just Sentai, because there's Kamen Rider references, everything. Fantastic show. Like even for the rest of his cast members, they use like actual former Tokusatsu alumni, Sentai alumni as like voice actors and shit. I like that shit. So yeah. B to me.
Yeah, and the only thing I wish that show had, like, man, they could have gave it just a little bit more of a budget. There's certain parts are like, man, if you animated this a little more, this would have stood out in the season. I think it would have stood out more in the season. But yeah, it was pretty good what I watched.
100%. I do hope if they bring it back, which I mean, like, you never know. But if they do bring it back, I hope they do give it like a higher budget because it deserves it. Fuck, I don't remember what the hell this is.
That's Sakamoto Days? Oh man,
it's underneath it. It does. At first, I was confused.
It looked like it's one image.
It did look like it was one image. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm trying to find out what the fuck this is and shit. I don't know.
That time I got sent to
I can't
cafeteria.
I can't tell based on the thumbnail. It doesn't immediately
another
look
world.
familiar.
Okay. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. Look, off the title alone, I'm
never heard of this.
Toss that bitch in trash. Look, live chart. I tried to pick as many as I could, man. We got over 60 anime. I'm gonna say haven't seen, but the reality is I think it's probably gonna be ass.
That's a new one.
And then the next one is, I think this is a newer one.
This is the one from this season. This is the one with the princess who gets
the warrior princess and the barbarian king.
Yeah, that just started.
So this came out like last week.
Yeah, they just started this season.
Next up, To Your Eternity. Has anyone watched a lot of To Your Eternity?
I always wanted to, but I just never watched it.
And I got to about like a third of the way through the second season. I think we're on like season 3 or 4 right now, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're like season 4.
Yeah,
I think season 4 has just started.
I know someone who is really big into that show. Like she really likes it, but I can't speak on it personally.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode.
Like for me, I kind of like it because the basic premise of it is the main character is like this eternal thing. His name is Fushi, and he kind of just lives through. To simply put it, he lives through like a bunch of different eras. Like he comes off as like this thing that can't speak. Like he starts off as like a wolf. He could transform into a boy, but then over time he learns bit by bit how to kind of operate more as a human.
He starts out as like an orb, I believe.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. He starts off as an orb. It's been a minute since I watched the first season. So, but yeah, it's a really interesting concept, really interesting premise, and it definitely has this moments of like action, has its moments of like just kind of like learning a little bit of intrigue here and there. It's a really cool show. I've seen some people kind of sour on the second season. I'm not sure what's got it kind of souring, so I need to see about that.
Season 1, people was making it sound like it was an S tier anime. And then I saw people talk about season 2 kind of dip. Yeah. I haven't heard anybody say anything about season 3, so I can't tell you what people think of season 3.
Right, but from what I've watched, I give it kind of more of like a low B, like a low to mid B show, because I want to kind of get through season 2 to kind of see where I can really gauge myself before I continue fully. So yeah,
I'm gonna do us a favor and put it towards the higher end of B.
Okay.
So if people screenshot this list, they not like, I can't believe that you like, hey man, chill out.
That's the one they be mad about.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Like you like fanatical fans, they be popping off by some shit you don't even know exists. So
we know now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go from the back. I do want to do these two real quick. My Hero Academia. Where are we putting that?
Man, what a journey we had with the anime.
Yeah, man.
I feel like people were pretty high on the ending, huh?
Yeah, the ending for once, the ending for anime is like people are like, yeah, kind of like the end of the anime.
I think the anime watchers were okay with it more than manga readers, because I remember when the manga ending came out, people were like, "Oh, just put the fries in the bag, Deku." Like they were making fun of it, all over Twitter. But I feel like when the anime came out, I think also just because since the manga already got that one more chapter or whatever that further fleshed out the ending, and we know we're also going to get that with the anime, I think people are ultimately cool with it.
Yeah. Because I think 171 comes out later this month or next month.
I believe
it's come out soon. So
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, I can't put it any lower than B, but I actually think it should be like upper A, if not S.
Yeah.
So,
I actually agree with A. I actually think for what it did and how long it lasted, I think that My Hero is very much worthy of like upper A. I feel like some might argue S, but I think there are some aspects that hold it back just a little bit. But I do think it's one of the best shonen of like this past decade.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer.
Man, I mean, let's be real. Like, I feel like this started a whole new generation of anime fans.
It did.
Yeah, I feel like it started a new generation of them too, for real.
Some peak animation.
Some might argue that
fights.
Demon Slayer has kind of set animation, like just an animation in anime, kind of on a different path. Because I feel like Demon Slayer has made people obsessed with like high level animation or Sakuga and expect everything to fall into that, and that's just not possible.
That is true. That is true.
But I mean, that's not a fault of the show. That's just a fault of people's expectations. I mean,
facts.
I don't really have anything negative to say about Demon Slayer. I just think that is a very well told story. It's not like anything like super original. I mean, it's extremely well animated. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I'd put it up there in S tier. I have no problem with that.
I say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, great animation.
It's one of them things like it almost feel like it's the cool thing to say, but it's actually just like the truth. It's just a good show.
Yeah, I mean, Foldable's cooking with it. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Well, what I can't say is I got unreasonably angry when I realized that they actually call themselves Ufotable and not UFO Table. I was like, this is the most ridiculous fucking name. Christ. I thought everybody was just like fucking with me. And then I realized they were serious. And I'm like, dear God, why would you do that to yourself?
Maybe it's easier to say in Japan. Ufotable.
Cut that out. Tokyo Revengers.
Oh man,
I actually did not watch a lot of Tokyo Revengers. So I'll let you guys have this.
I know how the manga ends, and I just know that people do not like the way that. But the anime hasn't ended yet, so I mean I can't,
Yeah, we ain't reached the end yet. We still got a ways to go with the anime. But I'll say this about Tokyo Revengers, because I pretty much watch everything that's like currently out with the show. I can love the premise. I love everything. I love the fights too. The fights in the show are pretty solid. Some of the characters are really solid. Where it gets me a little bit, I cannot hold you, is with our main character. I love Takemichi to death. I understand his cause. I understand what he's going through. But I'd be damned if this man hadn't at least died about a good 30 times throughout this whole series from all this blunt force trauma he's been taking.
My man be getting the shit beat out of him.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you, bro. We had to give him the nickname Tankamichi because every time we look up, he is getting his ass whooped. I'm sorry. From kicks, punches, drop kicks, pile drivers, anything under the sun you could think of, all on concrete, mind you. This man should be dead. If I had to put it somewhere for me personally, this is definitely a low B show, if not maybe high C, because of a lot of the wibbly wobbly timey-wimey bullshit that goes on. Because he goes back in time by shaking like his dead girlfriend's little brother's hand. Shakes hand, goes back 12 years, the exact day that he is standing there. So what would it be? So he shook hands with him right now. It's April the 11th. He will go back X amount of time, April 11th that year. And he would pick up trying to figure his life out because he's trying to get his girlfriend back. That's pretty much the premise of it. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get his girl back. But as he's doing stuff back there, it's affecting things in the front too. So every time he comes back, something has changed or something went wrong. Cool concept, very cool concept, but some of the stuff that's in there is poorly executed. It is very poorly executed, and him as a character as a whole, constantly getting his ass beat and should have been dead by now. I'm sorry. I have to put it where it is.
I mean, I think that's a good place to put it based on everything that I know about it.
Yeah, so
That's fair.
like I can recommend it, but I will say this: walk in with like a grain of salt. I'll say this: he has the same problem Deku had early on. He has the same problem Deku had early on as a character starting out. He cries too goddamn much for people, and they don't like that. People don't like a shonen protagonist that cries because he's constantly getting his ass beat, but he always fights back with a lot of heart. He has a heart to win, but he's definitely getting his ass beat.
Deku, he ain't just got heart. He be winning fights. Like it ain't.
Yeah, I know. But
Now, does he break all his shit trying to win the fight? Yes. I'd be crying too if I broke all my shit. I'd be like, in fact, after the first time I used that power and I broke every bone in my body, I'd be like, yeah, y'all niggas got it. Ain't no more heroes. Who gonna save us from all for what? From shit, not me.
All for one, all for me.
Yeah, all for me now.
But like
one for all, no, one for me.
Put the cape on your back, bro.
Mighty Mashita Iruma-Kun, or Welcome to Demon School. Man, I've been going on a journey with this anime. Basically, in the last 2 months, I've gone from season 1 to season 3. I'm like 3 episodes into season 3 now. Ah, man, this show's great. It's just a wholesome cast, just so many great wholesome stories. Like the focus it ain't all fight, even though they are kind of getting into like a more fighting focused arc in season 3. And I'm really trying to get through season 3 so I can get to season 4, which just started. But I mean, I'm just having a blast. It's so easy to watch. Every episode is just like, I never feel like, oh man, I got to get through this. It's like a slog. Like, no, I'm just having a blast. I would put it at high A. Rakeem, where would you put it?
I like the anime a lot too. It almost feels like a B I love like an A, because it was like a guilty, almost like a guilty pleasure. Like I feel like guilty pleasure every time I watch it. But I'm what you say. Every episode is very enjoyable. The cast is really good, and the wholesome moments, like you said, like they hit you. Like one of my favorite moments in the show is when Iruma's with the student council president, and she didn't know what manga is, and she got the rom-com mangas, and he can read it to her and explain the stories, and she just loves that shit. He just like go after school and just reads manga to her, so explaining what's happening in the story. That was a really cool moment in there. Of course, his grandfather being over loving and like loving him so much, like he got sold to a demon and demon treated him better than his own parents, which is a crazy story.
Wild work.
But yeah, every and then like the arcs are always like super over the top and a lot of crazy stuff's happening. So yeah, I enjoy. I think it's like a high B, but a low A too. Like it's right there. I could definitely see it being an A.
The show at all. Like this, the writing on this show is just always on point to me. I guess the only criticism I could have is that it's kind of a hug box in a way, but like it makes sense for like the setting, and like the story is really about Iruma learning how to stand up for himself and become a person of his own, because he spent so many years raised by parents that didn't give a shit about him, and they put that boy in so much trouble or so many problematic problems that he developed a spider sense. And so like no matter what happened to him, and this episode 1, he got the spider sense where no matter what happened, any type of danger come near him, he know how to perfectly dodge and get the fuck out of the way of that shit. I was like, bro, this is genius. And now they're giving him like, they've been finding ways to like elevate him, because it's clear that he's going to eventually be like the demon lord or whatever. And so like he's developing like magic powers and like all this other shit. Like,
hey man,
I don't know, man. I feel like
you can go and throw an A, man. You convince me. Throw an A. Throw an A. At the end of the day, it's our list. Put an A.
That's facts. Windbreaker.
I've seen almost all. I'm like only a few episodes away. My girlfriend and I, we just never finished it. But the first season. This show is very good. It is along the lines of like a Tokyo Revengers in that it's very much kind of like the gang style anime. But what's really cool about this one isn't just them fighting just for the sake of fighting. Like they fight to protect their city. And the main character, he comes in he moves into the school thinking that, everybody here is really strong and I'm just going to fight them so that I can prove that I'm the strongest. And he finds out like this is not what they're about. Yes, all the characters in the show are strong or at this school are strong, but they're strong because they're trying to protect their city. They don't just go out picking fights just because they can. And it's ultimately about him going from being like this lone wolf type of character who was made fun of and fights just to like keep his pride and like have people respect him or like fear him, to genuinely having a group of friends around him where everybody respect each other and they all fight because they have something that they want to protect. It's actually a really cool anime. Like the hands are some hands is really good action. The second season, I know that they have a I want to get this right. I believe one of the characters is trans, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she's I'm
It's
trying to think like if she is
they've never
trans.
actually.
Yeah.
More of like, well, I know that they're a cross-dresser. I know
Yes,
that.
yeah.
They've never
Yeah,
actually
that part I know.
said like
Outright.
whether they identify as like trans or like she, her, like pronouns. Like they haven't
Okay.
worked that part out.
Okay, that's what. Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you for saying that because I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I got it right because I was trying to think in my head like, are they actually trans or do they just cross dress or whatever? But yeah. But anyway, I mean, they have representation in that regard, which is really cool, and they give that character their own arc and everything. So yeah, I think this is a very strong B. I'd give it a very strong B. I'm very
Shout out
curious
to
to see where it
the-
goes from here.
Shout out to the guys who from a school where ain't no teachers, ain't no principal.
Man.
I mean, I
my
will
one
say that
complaint
aspect
about
of
this
it.
show.
I mean, you have to suspend your disbelief in that regard.
Me, my head canon is it's just an abandoned school in my head canon, and they just go there.
I think
It's like,
supposedly
why they going there? Like
the teachers
So-
fear the students so much that's the reason
That's what
why
I
they
said,
aren't
yeah.
there. But I mean,
nah, I mean, so I did a little research into this, and apparently
Okay.
the author said he finds the interactions between teachers and students boring, and so while they pretend like it's there, he's just not gonna write that part of it.
That is.
I mean, regular class, but when you got them type of students, I don't think that's a.
I think that was
Yeah.
actually a missed opportunity. There was a lot of
Yeah.
story you could have told.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Hey, it's his work, and he don't like.
Yeah.
He probably had a bad experience with his teachers. He said, "Fuck 'em."
hey, I mean, it's
I
kind of
would
like Yu-Gi-Oh,
still-
where like they go to school and they have teachers, yeah, but they just don't talk about that aspect of the show. They just, hey,
Nah,
we have
yeah.
these card games to talk about.
That is facts. I mean,
That's fair.
it would be less annoying if they didn't spend so much time at school. Because, like with Yu-Gi-Oh, like they were rarely ever at school. Like you didn't, like
Season one
occasionally.
really. It was
Yeah,
except
and then
GX.
after that,
Well, that was the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I would actually go so far as say this is a low A for me. Like I really enjoy this show. It is like Terrence said about the value of community and how a community can change you, how it can encourage you to open up and be more of yourself, how it can the benefits that you get from it and what it means to never have connected with community before. And because like he said, like Sakura, he comes in and he's like, I'm gonna be the top guy. And like the first person he meets talks to him and says, you can't be the top guy here like that. Because that's not what this group is about. This group is about standing up and protecting the community that they care about and believe in. And to do that, it's kind of like a more hardcore Iruma-Kun in that way. Because like the protagonist is surrounded by all these people that love and care about him. He's just also surrounded by people that constantly want to whoop his ass. So I mean, like, you got it's a little more, he gets a little more of the pull as opposed to like, hey man, everybody's here to support you. It's like, nah, them people over there don't like you, and you're gonna have to do something about it. And then like Terrence said, the queer representation is fantastic. The little arc they did for that character, oh man, just top tier character work. And the fight scene they got afterwards was cold as a bitch. I'm sorry, because there's like this one. Oh man, I'm definitely pulling for A because there's a fight.
Hey, if
scene
you want to put in
here.
A, go for it. Hey, I have no problem with that.
Go for it if you love
So,
it.
especially since you went further than I did, because I was only like maybe 3 episodes away from finishing the first season, and I've heard great things about the second season. So hey, I can see the argument for A.
Oh yeah, man, season 2 is cold. Like, cause I did get the whole character arc for dang, I'm blanking on her name. I'm blanking on everybody's name because it's been a while since I've seen it. And we watched some of the anime, but like there's a scene where you meet like a whole other group. and there's just a shit ton of them, and they just like their solution to the problem is throw more bodies at it. And finally, like the main villain, the main guy of the group, the leader, the only guy that they care about protecting shows up, and it's like, look, y'all taking too long. I'm gonna just crush this rebellion, and we gonna move on and get our money and move on. And then like it falls to the fuck. I refuse to just not have the name. Hold on. Characters. This shouldn't be that hard. You would think that my brain would like
find them.
yeah, you would think my brain would just immediately know, but sometimes you blank. I'm not gonna drag it out, but I will say it's just like there's a moment where you get to see, because there are so many shows where it all just falls to the main character to do everything.
Yeah.
And this is one of those shows where it's like, nah, in fact, you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself. That's just not how life works. And so like so often you'll have other characters step up, do their part, and like the main character has other things that they have to do that isn't just fight the main bad guy. And I appreciate that. And I hope that this gets to season 3 because I've been enjoying. I've had a blast with what I've seen thus far. Wistoria. Has anyone seen Wistoria other than me?
I only watched the first 2 episodes.
That's cool. With Wistoria, I've had a blast with this show. I know that I'm not putting it above a B. It's well done animation, well done fight scenes, and like a strong character narrative with Will Surford, who's like this. It is very much the Black Clover. I ain't got no magic powers, but I got these hands, or I got this giant sword, and I'm gonna whoop everybody ass with this sword. It's very much that, but it does stand out in the fact from like Mashley or Black Clover, and that the protagonist is like super smart, like he's super intelligent, and so like even though he's not a master of magic, he understands how magic works, the weaknesses, and he knows how to fight back against it with his strength. I dig that. I dig his character personality. Like he's part of that. You remember we did the 3 types of shonen characters. He's more of like a Deku type. He don't cry a lot, but he is like everything's working on my thoughts, and I'm smart enough to think my way out of any given situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say he sounds like a smarter Asta. He sounds like Asta in the opposite direction.
Can't wait for season 2 to get started because I actually read the manga. And so I watched all of season 1. I think season 2 started recently. Like, I mean, obviously this is the season that it starts, but I'm not sure if the first episode's out or not. But season 2 should have a lot of really cool shit to it. I can't wait to get to that part so people can like actually get a chance to get a glimpse at it. Witch Watch is up next. Anybody see Witch Watch?
This is one of those I have on my watch list, but I haven't.
Yeah, it's one on my watch
haven't
list
watched it
too.
Hey, look.
Yaiba.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun anime. It's got what, 2 seasons?
No, it's just a one long season. First season's really long.
2 cores. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Is it 24 episodes the first season?
That sounds about right.
I think so.
Boy,
24 episodes first season. Very good. I know it's getting a second season. Can't wait to see more of it.
How much things escalating in such a short time.
Yeah.
It's escalated so far. It didn't have to go there, but it did.
Like the first episode is just some goofy kid who likes samurai, who likes fighting. He's been trained, and he winds up fighting like another, like an adult, well, not an adult, but like a teenager that's like a master kendo guy. And then like the kendo guy loses, snaps out, and sells his soul effectively to gain like demonic strength and gain control over a demon army that he uses to like attempt to take over. It didn't have to do none of that. It was just like, hey man, we finna have fun with this bitch. I'm not putting it any lower than a B, but really I could go low A and not really be mad about it. So I'm gonna let Devin tell me where you want to put it.
I say A. I mean, I really enjoyed this show, man. I mean, if we got the Adventures of Dive there, it's very similar in like the archetype.
Agreed.
I mean, you got the villains that join you. I mean, some that did real fast. They was like, "Hey, I'm good. The payoff here ain't that great. I'm gonna come with y'all."
Yeah, I wouldn't get paid no way. I'm hungry.
So I would definitely say again, it's another one of those remakes of something older that's done very well. Just like Ranma 1/2, where the style is essentially the same, but it's modernized, but it still looks good in today's time. Yeah, it's funny.
I
Yaiba.
definitely see parallels between Yaiba, Ranma 1/2, and Dragon Quest. Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I mean, I guess well, both of those, Yaiba was like a early '90s, or I think
so.
Because I mean,
Early 90s.
Yaiba looks like Goku, so
1993.
you got that little Goku archetype. But yeah,
Well,
I think an A is solid.
he looked like the protagonist of Detective Conan, which would make sense because it's the same artist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Even
Yeah, I'm not
the
mad at
girl,
it.
she looked like the protagonist of the female protagonist.
Looks like a
of
Rachel or
so-
whatever her Japanese name is.
Yeah,
Mm.
she looked just like Rachel.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it is a great show. So like, I'm not mad at putting it in A.
And a very funny representation of Musashi. Like,
boy,
very funny.
I hadn't finished the show. I got to go back. I got like a few episodes left, but from where I was at, there's no way they were gonna mess it up to take it out of A. So I agree. Next up, Eden Zero. I don't think anybody else watched this besides me.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
watched about 8 episodes of the first season, 8 or 9 episodes.
Okay.
I liked it.
This is going to go exactly where I put Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Hiro Mashima is a hard-working dude, but he's never created anything I would put in A tier. He's just a B plus ass nigga, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need a little B plus in your life, man. Just
I mean, look,
consistently,
most of the shows that we put are in B tier.
which is how that should work, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's consistently good enough, you know.
Yeah.
And Eden Zero is largely good enough. I do want season 3. I watched season 1 and I finished season 2 last year. I'm hoping that we get season 3 because it only needs about 2 more seasons to finish. The manga goes like by the end, I was kind of like dissatisfied with where it went, but like overall, I do think it's a solid, enjoyable manga and a solid, enjoyable anime. So B is good.
I love the opening to Eden Zero's manga too.
Man, it's so, and then that's another
Really
thing.
cool
The opening is so clever. Orient. Look, man,
Did not watch this.
I wanted it to be good because it's from the creator of Magi, but it was just all right. I think C is solid, is a good place to put it, unless anybody wants to like object and put it any higher. Okay.
I didn't see it, so
The Shaman King remake.
Funny
anyone
enough, I
watched
have not
this?
seen any of the Shaman King remake.
I watch. It's a recurring thing with me. I watched about 3 or 4 episodes of this, and it was. I was watching it, and it was like, okay, this is just like what I remember, but way faster.
Yeah,
way faster. It was so fast. It's like, dang, it's kind of jarring now. That's the one thing about like we grew up in a generation where they padded stuff out and added filler, is that it is definitely objectively better to have this be more like the manga, but the pacing is going to make you feel really weird if your memories are from the old anime.
I don't know what it is about Shaman King because I watched Dragon Ball Kai, and I'm like, even though as somebody that grew up obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, I'm not anymore, but as a kid I was obsessed. I watched Dragon Ball Kai and was like, this is how this show should have been paced the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's get on with it. It's taking too long to do some of this shit. And you repeating scenes and stretching shit out that don't need to be stretched out. Shaman King not like that. I was watching Shaman King, and I never even watched the OG. And I was like, damn, y'all kind of this pacing is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was weird, bro. It was it's like damn, it felt like something get lost in this translation a little bit. So yeah, I remember watching it, I was like, man, I feel like something's off. Like some of the context is lost now. Like it's just so much faster. So I'll give about a B, maybe like low B when I watch.
I hadn't finished
feel,
it,
Sage?
so I don't feel comfortable putting it any lower than a B, like a low B. I made my opinion made because like the other side of it is the OG version didn't finish, and this does finish, so it does finish, like a proper ending. So I don't know. I hope that it gets better. I hope that it's more engrossing as the show goes on. I do plan on
It went straight through that sucker too. Like it was like boom.
Oh,
boom,
yeah,
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
It's, I think, maybe 52 episodes.
52
and,
episodes. Yep.
Yeah, and like 5 chapters an episode, which is probably a little too fast. Like they probably could have gone 3 to 4 chapters an episode.
3 to 4 is the right
and
pace
hit a better.
episode.
Yeah. Devin, I think it was you that watched Undead Unluck, huh?
Yeah, I watched some of the first season.
What'd you think of it?
I like what I saw. A very interesting and a little sketchy premise. But it was introducing a pretty interesting group of people, some interesting abilities and stuff like that. I didn't watch. I need to go back and watch the rest of it. But from what I saw, I'd say like a high to mid B for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually let you take point on this one. I know a lot of us
Go
are
ahead,
watching
Devin.
actually, but this is your show.
Go ahead, yeah, this
Tell us about it,
definitely-
brother.
You know, it's funny that the situation that One Punch Man is in. Well, that's not a shonen really, but just the condition it's in, and I pretty much have made this my new One Punch Man. I think most people that watch this kind of say like this is kind of new One Punch Man, even though one of our friends who loves One Punch Man, he didn't like this. So I'm like, teach their own. Everybody likes something different. But man, this show right here, when I tell you, like I think I've said this before on podcast, comedy and like action is like my favorite combination of anime, and this has got it. It has it in droves. Basically takes like Harry Potter plus One Punch Man, put it together, you got Marshall. I love the character. I know he's a bit of a doorknob, but there are some times where he actually does show he's kind of intelligent. Like if you look at some of the things he does, I'll say like in maybe a Goku aspect. Like he's like I want to say maybe somewhat a combat genius. There's scenes where they'll show him do something, and he'll be doing so fast. It's like what did he just do? Then they'll go back and show it in slow motion, like the scene where he like sucked the dude through something at him. He sucked the button off his thing and grabbed the coin, and the girl was like, "Did y'all see that?" So it's like you got to be kind of smart, I guess, to think that fast in that scenario. But man, it's such a funny show. The stakes are kind of high. Like one would think, oh, it's just a lot of fun and games. No, it's some dark stuff going on. The ending of like their first season, like that's some dark stuff going on, man.
I mean, if he couldn't figure it out, he was gonna be killed anyway. So I mean, it started out with high stakes. So
That's true.
It's got some funny moments. I would say, I want to say yes, but I'll say high A, because I'm ready for it to start back up again. And once it starts back up again, if it's like keeping that vibe and energy going, and it's even better, that's when I'll start thinking like, okay, I'm gonna put this in S, because I do love it. I love the show, man. Me and King have had a blast watching that show.
Man, I watched that show so much. It was so much fun.
we've pretty much watched, I think, every one of the remaining shows. So won't be no more haven't seen. Sakamoto Days, man. I'm feeling high B. What about everybody else?
I think
I can see
that's
that.
yeah, I think that's a good.
I think
good
that's
place
fair.
for it.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
remember
fair.
watching it, and
It's
I
fun.
enjoyed it though.
Like
It was quite fun.
Like it's
Kinda along
really
the lines
good.
of-
It's just not quite hitting the transcendent, like amazing type
Right.
level. So
It's one of
Yeah,
those where
and
you have
it-
a concept where can they really go with it? Like, like him being like this top level assassin, and like he was considered the best, and so you just have to continuously send like better and better people after him. And it's like what is
And
the
they
ceiling
can't-
that you can go with this,
yep. Spy Family.
Man, is it
My family.
Is
Man.
it just me?
Oh.
I was watching that first season so hard, but it felt like me and everybody knew just fell off of Spy Family, and no one could ever explain why. To me,
I think I
watched
could
some of
tell you
season
why.
2. Yeah,
But-
go for it.
was it
Oh.
the schedule?
Well, no, I'll say with Spy Family is kind of along the same lines as Sakamoto Days, where the whole concept is one where it's not made for you're going to see some progress every single episode. It's kind of very it's not episodic, but it is in that you're not going to see Lloyd accomplish his objective anytime soon. I think in the manga, maybe they just recently got to a point where like something big happened. I think, don't quote me, I don't read the manga, I just know what I've heard, but Yeah, it's one of those where it's more about the comedy, the family aspect of it, and Anya than the plot, really, like the overarching plot. Because the overarching plot, they can't really move it along that fast, otherwise you run out of show. Because I mean, once Lloyd accomplishes his mission, at that point it's like, well, now you have the dilemma of, do you stay with your family or do you move on? But I think that being said, go ahead.
I mean, if they wanted to, they could just get past that and introduce a new conflict for them. But I think the writer is just mostly interested in exploring specifically that emotional, moral thing of like, does Lloyd want to stay with his family? And that's the only thing they're interested in, even though it could be easily enough you could switch to something else if they wanted to. So
yeah.
Fair enough.
I do think that maybe high B is where it needs to be, but I also feel like low A is a good place because it is still a very good show. It is still one of those anime where I feel like I could recommend it to a new anime fan and it could get them more into anime. It's not like problematic, and maybe there's like some elements of it that could be, but I don't think it would really be that big of a deal. But I think that it is a very strong anime. It's just one of those where I don't think it has like long-term plot appeal. It's one of those where you watch it for the shenanigans of Anya and all the other characters, and that's pretty much it every episode.
That's fair. Frieren.
That's a big one right
I'm
here.
not a Frieren guy, so I'm going to have to leave it to someone that has watched a lot of Frieren. Is there anybody here?
Anyone here watched a lot of Frieren? Because I only got through the first couple episodes.
Damn it.
I'll say that I do think that Frieren right now, I wouldn't put it lower than A. Of course, I mean, we have to see where it all goes, but just the impact that Frieren has had alone in the short time that it's been out, like, is one of the anime that has truly stood out among so many that have come out this decade. And you know, you would look at it and you would think that like this is the anime that so many people are talking about. Like with Demon Slayer, it's very easy to see why people really like Demon Slayer. When you watch something like Frieren, it's a lot more slow paced. You're having to take in a lot more plot. They deal with a lot more complex elements than something like a Demon Slayer. But for some reason, it has really hit that fantasy itch that I guess a lot of people haven't had scratched in quite some time, like a really good complex fantasy story. That
first episode, it's easy to see, at least to me.
Man.
I see what you're saying as far as like as from an animation standpoint, you might struggle.
Well, not
to be
even
like,
from an animation standpoint, but from more like a mainstream anime enjoyer standpoint kind of thing.
Man, I didn't watch Frieren because I was like, man, I don't feel like having my heart broken on the regular. But like that first episode hit like a Mack truck. I'm sorry, it was just so well done. So if the mainstream anime enjoyer can't find them, then that sounds like a anime version of a ball and gun gamer. That's what that sounds like.
I mean, we've talked about that. That's not me to pull that out my ass. I mean, we've said that there are a lot of anime fans that are very much like ball and gun kind of anime enjoyers. And I'll just put it this way: for me, something like that, it is refreshing that something like that. I say that is a good thing. I don't say that as a bad thing. Like I think it's a good thing that something like Frieren is standing out, because it is nice to get a story like that and it being appreciated from a mainstream angle. But yeah, I think it's worthy of the S spot right now. I think we're like a lot of people really enjoy that anime, and you know, as long as it doesn't fumble later on, I think it'll be one of the ones that'll stand out from this decade.
I still got to finish season 1. I watched a good bit of it, but I never finished it. It is definitely more of a slow burn, but you get a lot out of each episode. And there's a lot to dig into with like the concept of just outliving everyone you know. In real, like see that in real time, like that's pretty heavy.
There's another anime that does there's another manga that does that I hope eventually gets adapted. Was it? I forget what the name of it is. It's like Slow Life Elf or something like that. It's basically the same premise. It's like a high elf. He's gonna live far beyond basically everybody else. And normally high elves stay in their village. And he was like, they basically tossed in an isekai element, but it worked in this sense because it was like high elves normally just stayed in their village amongst each other, but he was like from a different society, and he was like, all right, man, I'm bored. Like this shit it's just perfect all the time, and y'all just don't do nothing different. Like I'm finna leave. And so he just left and decided to explore the world, and you get to see what it's like for him, and like it takes place across like decades and shit. So like that concept has a lot of juice left to it. I do hope that we get to see more of it. I'm happy that Freerun is done as well as it's done. Shangri-La Frontier, Rakeem, I feel like you're the one who's seen the most.
Yeah, I've watched like the first season was surprising, like what, 24 episodes, I think.
Yeah,
I watched the first half of season 1. Yeah, but I'll let you go ahead.
I watched all of season 1 and a good bit of season 2. I think about 10 episodes into season 2, 9 episodes. I don't know if it's a full season or not, but anyway, I really like Shangri-La Frontier. Anybody who hasn't watched this, is about basically a gamer who spent his life playing intentionally fucked up video games or shitty video games because he likes games that have flaws and exploits and things to play with. And he finally plays his game Shangri-La Frontier after his friends and not just friends, people he know like get him into the game, and he's like, dang, this is different. This is what, man, a game where ain't no bugs and my movement ain't
this is
bull
what the
crap.
good games is like.
This is what good games is like. And it's kind of cool because the way the game works, it's like a VR MMO in the future. So far, like there's not like a heavy, like there's no element of like death permanence or anything like that in the game. But there is this cool concept of like the game is so large that there are quests that no one has discovered yet, and he discovers one. And over the course of using all the techniques he learned in the shitty games and being really good at these really weird, messed up games, he masters the systems in the game. He's not like overpowered or anything. It's like a gradual thing. He works up with a guild. He has some characters that have quirks and things around him. It's like a blend of an action anime and slice of life, because there's not really any super stakes, but in the game itself, you're engrossed in him trying to master the game and get along in this world that's different from the games he's used to before. I really like this anime. I've watched, like I said, I watched all first season, part of the second season, and I think it gets better over time. It's a really cool fight scene when they got to fight basically this raid boss, and then in the first season, he is kicking they ass, and they got to get really creative. Oh, another thing about the show is he has to be very creative when he fights like really intense enemies, manipulating the game system, being smart, using specific items. It's a lot of. I love protagonists that have to use their brain when they fight instead of just I win 3 hits in all the time. But yeah, so I really like this anime. I think I'd say about a high B is where it should be. I don't know if it's like an A-tier anime, but I think it's good. I think it's solid. And I actually recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's very different. Like I said, it's kind of like watching Sword Art Online, but they just playing the game instead of it being that they dying.
I agree with that.
Just playing the game
100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like the game is you go there to see them in the game, and like there's like some silly stuff that happens around that, but it's a lot more lighthearted than the traditional like death game MMO thing that's been going on.
I agree with
I do intend at some point
100%. Yeah.
Go back and check this one out. I know it's got 50 episodes now, and it's been greenlit for a 3rd season. So yeah, I mean, it's clearly popular in Japan.
Got some juice behind it.
Chainsaw Man. Where are y'all putting that?
Go ahead, Devin, because I didn't finish Chainsaw Man.
I was gonna say maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Did you watch all of it, Chance? Because you watched the movie, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched all of it. I'm up to date on all of it.
Yeah, I watched all of it too. I just didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the movie. From when I watched it, I would say to me like an A. Yeah, I want to maybe say between S tier for me, because I really love this show. I mean, one of my favorite openings. Like I love that opening.
Yeah.
Nice. And I always love the weird stuff. I'm like, man, this dude got chains. It looked like a Suda 51 game. Like he got chainsaw.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
hey,
I was just like I love the aesthetic. Like this is very like Romeo's Deathbed type thing going on.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a while since I watched it, but when I did watch it, I think an A is about where I was at between A and S. For me, I did enjoy this show. I enjoyed some of the characters. I was really hoping to see. I don't know if the movie does this. I wanted to see more on them finding what was the villain he was trying to find, like the
gun devil
dude. Yeah, the gun devil.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when this is coming back. So that's like the thing. Like, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I think A for me is probably where I put it. I
I'm
wouldn't be
very
mad with a low
surprised.
S.
I'm very surprised they haven't gotten the second season yet, unless it's like
That map,
maybe-
I mean,
maybe
Mappa
they
working
didn't
too
make-
hard.
Yeah.
I thought it was a case of this does happen sometimes. They put the anime out too fast, and it was like, oh, we really ain't got our season 2 for the manga yet or something like
Yeah,
that.
no,
But
it's just a
I
case
think
of
that's wrong
Mappa is
as well.
working on way
Chainsaw
too
Man
much
is about
shit.
to wrap up. I think that
Okay.
manga's over with.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it
okay.
ended recently. I'll
Yeah,
say
yeah,
this.
they could-
I'll say this with Chainsaw Man. For me, while I do like it, I actually like the movie that I think more than I like the first season. I feel like it still feels like from an anime angle, it hasn't really gotten started with the story. Like from the way season 1 ends,
Yeah.
you know there's a lot more that they have to get into. And it just feels like the anime hasn't hit that point where you're really, at least for me personally, I haven't gotten like that real hook story-wise that has me like really wanting more of it. I really like the movie and I do want to see more, but maybe I guess it could stay at A, but it just be a low A for me. Me personally, I almost want to slide it into like it'll be upper B. It's like in between low A, upper B. And so I guess wherever, we can go with what Devin said. We can leave it at A, but I do
I
think
agree
that
with you on
there's
that,
still
I could agree with that though.
No, I said after you. That's actually what I was trying to think. Like I like the aesthetic and the characters and everything, the fights. But you made a good point. Like that's why I mentioned like the gun. I'm like I remember like there wasn't even much they found out about this. He was still trying to find like fragments of the bullet. So you make a good point that there wasn't enough of the story developed on that end to be like, okay, this is fully fleshed out enough for us to see all that. So I actually agree with that.
Yeah, I do agree. Like the aesthetic of it, I think is the best part of it. But story wise, I feel like it hasn't gotten enough meat on its bones just yet to stand out as like one of the best of the pack. I wouldn't put it on the same level as like Gachiakuta just yet. I think it still has a little more growing to do. So I think upper B would be a good place for it.
Would it help if I put Gachiakuta closer to the top of tier A? And then just having Chainsaw Man at the bottom of tier B.
If you said the bottom
I'd
of
be
tier
fine
B
with
or
that.
bottom of tier A?
My bad. The bottom of
Tier
tier
A.
A. Bottom of tier A.
That's fine. I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I think people will understand where we're coming from if we say it's like in between. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's shotgun these last three because we are running super long. Fire Force. I'm gonna say
This
that
just
this
ended.
is a B. Yeah, I had finished it, so that's one of the reasons why I don't want to put it any higher than B. I know it's not trash, but I
definitely not.
can't. I'm not gonna put it no higher than B right now. Next up, Dragon Ball Daima. Ah man, that one's a complex one, right? What the
Yeah, a little bit.
I say between B and A for me.
I think a B would be nice for it.
B is cool for that one actually.
What would bump it up to the A? The fact that this is Dragon Ball doing something different, like, and it's going back to the adventure. That's one of the things I liked about this so much.
Oh yeah.
I do think
definitely
it
like
belongs at like high B, low A.
And
I do like
and-
the fact that it's so tight, like it's 20 episodes,
Yeah.
and it tells a pretty complete story. It could have gone a little longer. I would have been okay with it, but it didn't need to go any longer. So I liked everything that they did. I like the fact that they gave us a little fan servicey moments like Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3, that type shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say B, high B. And then Dandadan.
Dandadan's
I know
really-
Devin's gonna say S.
Yes.
I'm gonna say high A, and I'm not gonna fight y'all on S. So
I feel like it's in between A and high S. It's like high
It
A,
is.
low S, and the reason I say that is because Dandadan is everything that about when people talk about how quirky and weird anime is. I feel like Dandadan
Yes.
is that in
It's
one
definitely
anime.
that.
But it's
Yes.
it being so quirky and weird is what makes it good. Like like the
Yes.
plot is unique. The anime Science Saru, they kill it with that show. I almost want to put it.
They was
in
trying to do
low
like
S.
the. Yeah, it's S for me, man. That scene with the rock concert trying to get the man.
That was a really cool scene. That is not.
Man,
I've not
that's-
seen
I
anything
think-
like that in any other like anime or
Man.
just any medium. Period. So that was really cool.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen in an anime.
I'll say this: in the way that I think that it's really cool that something like Frieren can be mainstream, I think that is really cool that on the opposite end you have something so quirky and weird like Don that can also be mainstream. Like the three of those shows being together, like Demon Slayer, Frieren, and Don, I think it's kind of poetic in a sense because you have Demon Slayers like that mainstream, really good anime. Frieren, that one that's like more complex but also mainstream, and Don that quirky weird cousin. But it's still just as good as the other two. You know, hey, it fits.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel like I need to move anything. I'm not super big on like positioning.
Yeah, you ain't got to rank them like that.
Yeah, the top of B, the top of B, bottom of A, like that type shit. That's for discussion, but I'm not as deep into ranking them in that way. Other than that, I kind of like where everything is. This does remind me that there are some shows I need to go back and finish so that I have a more complete picture. I do think Shonen is in a better place now than it was 10 years ago. Like there's far more variety in the Shonen that we're getting. Like 10 years ago, I feel like a lot of Shonen. I feel like Isekai basically dominated everything throughout the 2010s. And when it wasn't Isekai, it was like Moe and like Butlers and Battle Harem and all that type shit. And Isekai was kind of, Shonen was kind of falling off a little bit. And we've seen them kind of climb their way back. There are two anime that aren't here that I think could have been here. JoJo's not here, but I think right around Stone Ocean is when JoJo, the manga, went from shonen to seinen. So I think that if I'm not mistaken, let me double check. I know that JoJo is basically a seinen manga now, but I don't remember when that changeover happened. But I do want to just, for posterity, have that mentioned. Like, yeah, right around that time. It went to seinen at Steel Ball Run.
Oh, Steel Ball Run. Yeah.
So the one that has aired, I can't say is airing.
And I hope, I don't know what they're doing with that, but
you can definitely say that, King. It's aired,
boy.
And in fact, what made me piss me off is the first episode was fantastic.
Yep.
And this list is for stuff that was either released in the 2020s or was still currently running in 2020s or finished.
Yeah.
Mob Psycho was one I was kind of.
Do I not have Mob Psycho?
No, it's not on here.
Hold on.
And that was
we hadn't talked about Mob Psycho this whole time.
That was definitely that still for me.
Yeah, I think I would put.
Is that a shonen though?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what they classify it as. I don't know. I would think that it would fall under the shonen demographic.
I would think so because I mean
it's more of a digital manga. Those don't have as strictly defined demographics, and so that might be why I didn't have it.
Okay.
When did Mob Psycho end?
2022. A couple years
most
ago?
of its run.
Yeah.
Most of its run is in the 2010s, but it would have qualified. I would have to. I mean, like I think Mob Psycho, if we put it on the list, because it would be like, okay, is this a if we're gonna include it as a shonen, it would have probably been an S, just in terms of like how much people loved it, how well the adaptation was handled and whatnot. So
better than One Punch Man, which is a shock. I can't believe Mob Psycho got a better adaptation than One Punch Man.
Gotta be more popular in Japan.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the last one that I didn't include, Togen Anki.
Yeah,
the one about manipulating blood.
Because I was like, damn, I don't see Togen Anki.
I don't remember. I guess I just didn't see it when I was doing this list because I mean, like, it is 63 anime, so yeah, you know, it's like, hey man, I wasn't gonna do all.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get to all of them. Like, hey, if your favorite isn't on here, then you tell us where you would put it, and hey, we'll start. We'll have the conversation in the comments. So you let us know.
Which is a good way to end this. I think that's gonna wrap this week up. If you're new to us and like this episode, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to subscribe, tell your friends about us, and do me a personal favor. Have an excellent week. Peace.